So here we are for run 4. So here we are for run 4 of the Trydel Victorian Hillclimb Championship round 5 on track Ryan Northard in the Formula V, and on the start line Ian McDonald is waiting to start. Ryan working his way around the loop at the bottom of the track. A new sort of style for this particular meeting. We don't normally run this loop. Makes the event a little bit longer, puts all 4 wheels out in the dirt, but I don't think it slowed him down any in the little Formula V. Rushes his way around the bottom of the track yet again. He will come back, climb it through the left-hander and climb into what we've been referring to as the mine shaft, up onto the back straight, as Ian McDonald is on his way down the hill. And Mike Hawthorne Barker brings out the Hayward chassis car, the car with a Suzuki Hayabusa engine. A car that he purchased off Peter Weikart. And we'll be seeing Peter in a little bit. He'll be out to try and improve on his earlier time for the day. Been driving very smoothly today. Quite a few drivers. And as soon as you say that, the chap Ian McDonald has a bit of a wiggle and a wobble in the little Formula V. So not quite so smooth, but may not have impeded his progress on this run very much. Gets to the top of the bottom of the hill, drops back down into the crossover area, turns it left this time instead of continuing on, climbs the mine shaft onto the back straight, and away he goes. And speaking of away he goes, there goes Mike Hawthorne Barker in Peter Weikart's old car, running on his way down the hill. And here comes Gary Martin wiggling his way down, warming his tyres, or I should say cleaning his tyres, in the the Bullfrog is what it calls it. Car 23 is across the finish, and I missed his line on time, I'm sorry. Mike Hawthorne Barker wriggling his way around down the bottom of the track. Has gone through the loop the first time, making it through on the second time. Comes back, turns it left, up the mine shaft, onto the back straight, and flies up that back straight. Gary Martin launches off the start line, runs down through turn 1, very quick out of sight. The man who drives as if he's grabbed hold of a wild cat and gone for a ride, flicks it through the left-hander, down into the mine shaft. Mike Barker across the line with a 73.13. Gary Martin managed, I think it was a 67 something on the last run around. Comes back for the crossover, flicks it through there, heads back for the mine shaft, drops down into the mine shaft, comes out of the right-hander, climbs back up to the top of the bottom of the hill, very taily as he comes up there, and very taily again, and managed to get it left. I don't quite know how he did that. He was pointed in completely the wrong direction, and very sideways again. He's putting on a bit of a display, getting the tail out, and just having a bit of a fun, sliding it around. I still managed the 70.18 for the run. So I think on track we have Peter Minahan, and we do, making his way around the bottom. And on the start line we have an Ewan Moyle in a rather unique little car. It's a Zip KTM, a little car that Ewan Moyle is driving, and he drives it rather well. Peter Minahan comes through the left-hander, climbs the mine shaft onto the back straight. Car squiggles a little underneath him as he works his way up, jumps onto the brakes at the end of the back straight, pulls it through there. Ewan Moyle now disappearing down the hill. Peter Minahan works his way towards the final corner, and coming around to take up the start is Peter Weikart. Now Peter has been driving very smooth today. He mentioned to me that Scotty Innes from Innes Motors in Bendigo has been helping him out quite a bit, so he's very appreciative of that. And Ewan Moyle has got to the crossover and gone straight ahead. Manages to get it back onto the track, but that was a rather interesting little move. Had everything locked up and just went straight off the track, straight ahead, but managed to select a gear, turn the car hard right, and continue on his way. A little laundry bill maybe. Oh, the little KTM twitching quite a lot as he comes up there. Peter Weikart launches off the start line, drops down through turn one. Of course, this is a car prepared and built originally by a former Formula One engineer in the name of Malcolm Osler, who had competed in the car quite a bit. Malcolm Osler being the current Australian Hillclimb Champion, 3 years running. Spoke to him at the Phillip Island historic meeting, and he's looking forward to the Australian Championship over in South Australia later in the year. Peter has continued around his loop, comes out of that, drops back down into the crossover, climbs the mine shaft onto the back straight, accelerates hard up the back straight, jumps onto the brakes, into the right-hander, and off the start line goes Edward Lewis, as Peter Weikart comes across the finish with a 71.59. Ewan Lewis dropping down into the miners' pit. And sitting on the start line in a low-cost clubman is Colin Newitt, and he will be followed by Ian Spate in a Mullock U2. And a young chap who used to compete in a Ford Capri V6 for many, many years. Sold the car, gave away the sport, couldn't bear it, went out and got himself a clubman. Good move. Colin Newitt is on his way, and headed towards the finish is Edward Lewis in the Lewis 600 Special. And the Lewis Special has crossed the line with an 84.86.